Not over here, buddy. It's my work area. Okay, so I had the West Coast saw muffler on this one. Let's see, tools. Okay, used to be orange. I'm used to looking for the orange. It's got almost no orange left on it. I need a box for all this. Not over here. He's not going to be over here. Jeez. You alright?
You get tied 4 more times. But I've got to go inside and deliver this.
I'm just going to put all the parts in a box. These things make a huge difference. That thing needs to be cleaned. I mean, they make a noticeable difference, which is a big difference. Stay out of this area. I've got a freaking 32-inch blade sticking out, and you're running your head right by it.
Stay ready when you're ready.
$32-inch blade, yo. Alright. Let's get this off of there. All the muffler screws. Muffler. Goes muffler, gasket, and then the cooling plate. All need to be cleaned up. It looks good inside here. Use the Echo red armor. Let's see if we can see any of it. No. But on my my other 500i, when I took apart the muffler, I could see the Echo red armor running up and down the side, up and down the piston. Alright, so that's free and clear. Next will be the gas tank. All this stuff. I need a new oil cap. This thing is leaking oil right out the side where the cap goes. Pretty bad. Pretty bad. It's dirty. Alright. Air horns next. These screws are not metal, so they'll be going in the, just leave them on there for now. They're going in the box. Good Lord, that's a filthy mess. It's good to take this all apart because now I'll get to clean it all. Cover that up. do a bunch of cleaning. Right now I have this 500i and another 500i, and they both need to be cleaned, so I'll just do all the parts at one time.
Are you out here?
Yeah, he's out there somewhere. See, he's out there. Hey, what? Yeah. Thank you for asking. You've won the Good Manners Award of 2026. Come on, get off of there. Okay.
You ready? Okay.
It's got some metal on it. There. A little washer there. Then I got all these things plugged in. Go ahead and unplug the computer system before it goes haywire and attacks me. There goes one. Two. Push the button in and get it wiggling up. There goes three. I broke a clip on one of them on my first dismantle years ago. Alright, now the spring bolt attaches it to the to the crankcase. Just leave that right there. What's up, ground pounder? Let it roll. Where's the troll? I couldn't tell you. It's you and Bad and a few others in there. This is the Ripsaw 500i. I'm working on getting the gas tank off right now. Get the handle. Go ahead and get the handle off of here. Put this back on. It can stay there. This thing's the culprit of a crap ton of blade oil in the back of my truck. It's just leaking right out of where the oil cap is. Alright, you can go that way. Is that gonna have to come off of there? Kind of hard to tell if that can stay on or come off. I think that'll just, yeah, all that doesn't have to come apart. That'll just come out of there, I think. Yep. Let's see, spring's there. Getting jammed up here. There it goes. Dude, it's so grody, man. It's got so many areas of build-up filth. Alright, so those are all unplugged. This has to come out. The wiring has to come off of the gas tank, I believe. Yeah, because it goes down over to the ignition coil. And we don't need those connected. Alright. Spark plug. Done. Alright, what else we got? I think I'm down to the boot. and the fuel lines. Good Lord. Alright, there goes the impulse line. Oh. Okay. Gas tank is off. And good God, man, it's filthy. So, yeah, I'll be doing cleaning separately. Right now, I just want to... Fuck, dude. It's all getting under my fingernails and shit. Getting all over my workbench. Oh, man. Get the big shit first. Show my bench some love. I got this stone top. It's really sweet. Perfect for all sorts of stuff. Okay. Now for the fun part, the intake. I made a $250 mistake the first time I went into one of these saws. It was my own saw, but nevertheless, I made the mistake of not taking it apart correctly and broke a piece of plastic that was a part of like a $250 part of the intake. That screw there, if I can remember correctly, yep, that one goes to the spring that's over there on the gas tank. So this is let's say it's got that screw there, but it also has, yes, there's this hidden screw down here. And not knowing about that screw last time really messed me up. What else have I got here? I believe it's like pressed on. In the back. Butts in the back. No, yeah, he hid behind it. Knocked it over and called it a day. Oh, come on. Okay, the screw is out all the way. Little guy. That one and that one. Space Miner, what's up? I'm afraid to clean mine. I'm pretty sure it's held together with dried sap and straight pitch. You have screws? I'm just... Okay, there it goes. Yeah, that screw was being an issue. So yeah, there's the intake boot and the cover. And a little girl. Alright, so that was one screw, there's 3 more. And get a better angle on that. Okay, this one. There's one. Two. The other one, I can't even see it. There it is. I can't see it because this wire is in the way of it. I'm gonna need my little number 10. I bought these tools specifically for that one time that I broke the $250 manifold piece here. And they're handy as well for the 201s. Oh, Torx 10, I believe. Yep, T10. To get this little screw out. Yeah, there goes that, and I can get to the other screw without messing none of that up. And now it's just held on by the gasket. Good Lord, this is dirty. Oh my goodness. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Gasket is intact. There's the intake, the fuel injection system. Now, when I broke it, I broke off the screw that I couldn't see. I broke this corner plastic off. And so it's made up of a couple of different parts. I think the manifold is like $175, and then the rest of the money that makes it $400 is the fuel injection system. And the still shop had someone down the street that could buy the parts separately, and they could put it together. And it saved me from having to buy the whole $400 thing here, which was cool. All right, these two now. All of which needs to be cleaned, and then this. Oh. Alright, what else? Let's get the spark plug off. Jeez. Riley's at the top of the fence and the dogs are getting worked up. What else? What else? We got this little piece here. I had the cylinder on the lathe and it was spinning. I cranked up the RPMs and it was spinning real fast and BAM! And I was like, dude, I forgot. I had this little tab here for locking on the top cover. It just, the spinning forced it off of there. Alright, and this being a Ripsaw 500i, they put a decompression plug on it instead of the valve. I'll go ahead and get that out. And then, if I were to time this thing, go. You know what I'm after? I'm after the piston on this thing. I'm building another one, and I don't want to wait for a piston, so I'm going to get the piston out of this one to build the other one, and when it comes in, I'll put a piston back in this one. want to say were loose. It's just got like a hell of a magnet system on it. Yeah. Yeah, it's out of there. Woo! Flywheel dust. Alright, so there goes the flywheel. Almost time for a new rim sprocket. Oh no. I know it's here somewhere, yeah. I use this little guy to get the circlip, the C-clip for the clutch off. What's up, Quinn? That thing looks like it's pretty damn embedded in there. Like these two are frickin' fused together almost. There, it's starting to come out. As long as I don't lose it to the floor somewhere. Yeah, there we go. But last time one was like that on my 661. Put the circlip, C-clip back in, whatever you call it, and it fell off on its own. It might be a sign of it starting to go bad. Damn thing fell off. My chainsaw wouldn't start. I didn't know what had happened. All I knew is that my chainsaw wouldn't start and wouldn't run. It's like, oh God, what happened? But it was just that little clip had come out. The timing wheel is on the other 500i right now, so I'm going to steal that. This one's cleaner looking, just a little bit, you know. See there on the workbench right here. Yep. Quinn, what are you doing out front? Is Mom out there? You're not going to answer me? And I'll also want my little over here. Okay. Yeah, the piston on that one is pretty shot out, and if this wasn't happening now and my friend had continued to run his chainsaw, that was definitely going to be the end of it soon. All right. Is anybody interested in the timing of this chainsaw? What it's made out of? This is a Ripsaw ported 500i. Should I even say anything about it or just take it apart? Should I give my thoughts? Tell you what, after having a ported 2511, that is like a huge change, you know, having a stock 2511 versus a ported 2511 is more than night and day. It's ridiculous. So I had it in my head, you know, I'm gonna have a ported 500i, man. It's gonna be fucking awesome. But you know, it's not all that versus the one that I have, and I had done a little work to the one that I have, dropping the base gasket and raising the roof on the exhaust a little bit. I have a question. Where's the blade, dude? We got blades on blades, running blades. This blade runs this blade around it. It doesn't get much cooler than that. This is a 32-inch light blade. I love this on my 500i. Lightweight saw, lightweight blade. It's well balanced in the tree, taking big cuts. I'm gonna put it in the sheath. And yeah, I'm wondering, is anybody interested in how this thing ticks? It takes 45 minutes for the damn truck to warm up. I could already finish that sentence before I finished it. Like, I can imagine, man. Damn. It's important to have a well-balanced blade saw. And you got your blade and your blade saw, your blade on it, you know, the weight ratio. I don't like it when I put a chainsaw down and the blade falls in the dirt. Because the blade, you know, it's like when you have a knife or a sword or whatever, you like that nice balance point right there. I like to be able to set down my chainsaw and the blade balances right there and just doesn't fall down in the dirt. Shit annoys the crap out of me. It's like, yeah, it's like having a unbalanced knife or blade or sword, you know. My truck, I was gonna. Oh man, that's good. Started nicely. How long will it take to warm up? All right, that's already pretty close, around bottom dead center, oddly enough. Around here somewhere I have a piston stop for this guy. But where did it go? Did I put it away? Did I put it away? I don't see it in there. Did I put it over here? Yep. All right. It's study time. Here's the 500i that I built. I've got, before I started writing everything down, I had done my 500i. I didn't have anything written down off of it, but it runs fantastic and there's no problems with it. I'll probably bust into it someday. 500i Ripsaw study sheet. $56, 27. So we're gonna crank this over. 43, 42, 43, 42 and a half. 42 and a half. All right, so I've got my wheel dialed in. Yeah, top dead center. They're cracking off the exhaust at 99, 100. I didn't measure the squish yet. I went with 102. 102 on mine. Guy's running a long bar. I want it to have torque, but alright, what was I gonna do next? Check the squish on this thing. Fashioned an ice pick. Alright, it squishes a little bit. Where's my micrometer? Nineteen 19.5, 18, 20. Okay. I went with a tiny bit more clearance on mine, just because. Alright. Big question of mine was, did they do anything with the intake? 2006 Duramax, not 2016. And I don't think so. Yeah, 70, 80, 81, 82, 85, 86, 87, 88. So yeah, stock, I want to say, is like 84, but if you machine the cylinder and don't touch the intake, it's going to raise it quite a bit. I'm going to go with 88 for top dead center. One, 124 and 128. More like 125. 122 and 125. Somewhere abouts, you know, just eyeballing it with a flashlight. Dude. Transfers. I don't know, man. I'm awful suspect. Super sus. We need to get you an overhead cam for your bench. Yeah, that'd be cool. I need to get some kind of tripod or, you know, thing for the phone. So you can see all this stuff. Dude, it's weird with this camera. Like an overhead cam, like if it was like up here, looking down at the bench, you know, I'd just be working and yeah, that could be cool. I guess next time I could do like the wide angle lens that is, it might not be as fine in detail, but I've got the GoPro and I've got the clamp for it, so I could clamp the GoPro somewhere, and as long as it's plugged in, because the battery dies after 45 minutes, and yeah, and we got the internet running, it'll link right up. I was thinking about that earlier, like I could actually turn on my drone and connect that to YouTube Live, and you can see me right out of the drone. And then when we're done, we can just go outside and fly away. One of the first YouTube Lives that I did is a short video of me and my buddy sitting there chatting, and the picture that you see is coming from my drone. He was teaching me and working with me on how to hook it up. Alright, so I've got exhaust numbers, intake numbers, transfer numbers. I've got the squish. I just didn't write it down. I'm going to go with 20 thousandths of an inch. And that's that. I'm going to get into it and see what it really looks like. If it doesn't freaking break my tool, good lord. That one's tight. Dude, I hope they didn't use some kind of Loctite or something. That's screw number 3 that's not coming. That's screw number 4 that's not coming out. You can't hide your secrets. So my issue is I have, you know, that's my Craftsman. It's less powerful. I'll use it for most all parts on the saw because it's not, you know, it's not like a Milwaukee. This one has the power settings. So I had used removable Loctite on a 661 one time, and I could not get that bolt out of there, and it was breaking all of my tools. Like, I have a powerful tool, but the bit for it, that's a Torx 27, and it's an extension, so we can, you know, get through the holes in the fins for the cylinder. These were snapping apart, and my official Torx wrench, you know, still wrench, they were snapping and bending. So a mechanic named Travis at Quality Mowers had snap-on tools, and he was able to put together a different arrangement of tools to work it, and a 1/2-inch impact gun to back that thing out of there. He broke one of my fins backing it out of there, but no big deal. I was happy that he got it apart. I wonder what my battery is. 2, okay. Damn, dude, what have they done? What have I done? Did I do this? not even thinking straight. Okay, there goes one. There goes two. I need to wash my mouth. I put this on here. There goes four. Nice. Thank you, Milwaukee. Back to the Craftsman. It doesn't look like I used anything. I didn't use any Loctite. Those were just on there. This is with a gasket. Let's see here. Uh-oh. Yeah, I got it out, man. Let's see. Cylinder looks good. Exhaust. Is clean. A little bit of carbon at the bottom, but not a lot. Dude, I want to say let's see here. Where are you? Where'd you go? I got you over here. Dude, I stuck my finger in my ear. I got mine and I got theirs. I want to say it looks like I've gone a touch further on the machine work. I have a little bit more squish band, which means that they barely touched this thing because I went light. There's no going back if you go too far. If you don't go too far and you don't like where your number's at, you can go further here on the machining and bring those numbers back and kind of start fresh. So it's looking like a fresh start for both of these then, except for the fact that if I wanted more torque on this one, I could machine it more because the exhaust roof is set so high already. How'd you get scratched up, bud? You want to say what's up to Ground Pounder?
Yes.
Then you need to put some clothes on, man. Why are you running around in your underwear? Sheesh. Rattling them will swell and shrink the screws enough to break the surface adhesion. Right? Whew. Alright, so they didn't touch the intake. Oh no, I hear my baby girl. Cylinders in fabulous shape. Hey, what's up? You want mommy? Where is she? Oh, there she is. Are you building stuff back there?
Yeah. Thank you for getting those, Mom.
Yeah.
Why are you here, Riley?
Dude, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. Like, did they touch these transfers? Because this one was stock, and I was measuring it. And stock, it was 118 and 120. These are up at like 122, 125 area. I mean, they must have. It looks like they did. That doesn't look like the stock transfers to me. They must have moved them a little bit. It's all good. I was just wondering if they did, man. Like, that would be wild if they just machined it and moved the exhaust to here. Did I hear her? You got eyes on her?
This is on the couch now, but this
Okay.
no.
What? Okay, yeah.
Wait, where you at? No, bring it in here. No, nobody's out there to watch.
Alright, so what I came for.
You know,
Piston.
right? Up here.
Yeah, so they must have like skimmed the cylinder and left the gasket. So if I dropped the base gasket on this, it would probably put it right about where I put mine. There's one piston ring. So what's everybody up to, man? You guys hanging out with me? The heat and the vibration over time creates rapid oxidation of metals. The surface broken. Oxides are brittle and will break away when swelling and shrinking. Ripsaw charges an arm and a leg for not a lot done. And that's kind of like what I'm getting into, because that's what I found with the 201s, and here I have the Ripsaw 500i. And I was speaking with a buddy up north about the way I did my cylinder, and it's my first one. So I machined 25 thousandths of an inch off the base. I won't be using a base gasket. I've got the combustion chamber in there. My combustion chamber is a little broader than theirs is, and they had the base gasket in there. So, I don't know. All I'm saying is they must not have went very far at all, because instead of doing 40 thousandths of an inch and working my way to getting all the numbers right and everything, I went less because, just for the sake of being safe with it and being able to get back to it and do more to it if I wanted to. Anywho, I think it's going to be awesome. How and where I set the transfers and the intake and the exhaust roof being a little bit more than it was stock, but everything else pretty much like it was stock, but with more combustion in the combustion chamber, I think it's going to be badass. The 201s was the same thing, not a lot done to it. I did my own take on it using some unorthodox methods, but getting things back to way they should be after changes are made to it. Alright, yeah, timing wheel can come off of this one. I'm not doing anything to it, just getting the piston off of it, so this can go. Uh-oh. Flip that around. There we go. Alright, now for the fun part. Get the circlip out of there without losing it. Clean up my little rod. This can go out of the way, I imagine. We're done with that. Yeah, these are really fun. I don't have any professional tools for this. Cylinder. That guy's my cylinder. Oily ass chainsaw. I gotta get that clip rotated around to where I can get a bite on it. There we go. We're moving. That's what I thought we were. Base gasket off. Are you running your own machine? What do you mean running my own machine? Raise your exhaust roof and your transfers. On my cylinder, I did. Everything's raised accordingly to how I machined it. Just picked up my first CNC. I'm excited to use it, but so far behind in computers, it's gonna be a minute till I play. Don't really have to do a whole lot on stills. Stupid computers make me miss Grandpa's old diesel metal lathe. Right, I have a Grizzly. I have a hobby lathe, but I spent the last year between climbing, watching videos on how to use it, and the first job I accomplished with it was making a quick change tool post on there. I think I could have just ordered one from the little machine shop, but I ended up, making the one that I had ordered work for it. Dude, I can't get this thing to spin. If I can't get it to spin around, then I can't get it to where I can pop it out. Okay, it turned. Okay, working it that way. Wasn't going the other way, but it's going that way. Cool. Yeah, here it comes. And let's see. It's going on the magnetic tray. Okay, cool. Do you guys have... So, this is JS Lawn Care and Space Miner. You guys have a special tool for removing the intake screws on like a 261 and all that? I have this Craftsman like multi screwdriver thing, and I tried buying stuff from the store like skinny sockets and all that would go in there and get that screw out, and nothing was working out. But this damn thing, that's the right size, and you know, it's meant for like this thing to go in there. So it turns out, you know, this is perfect. I never want to lose this thing. And then it's also good for getting the wrist pin out. Yeah, it doesn't catch on the ring or the bearing or anything, and it gets the wrist pin out. And voila. Got my 500i piston. I can still see the arrow. Cool. Dude, 31 people watching. Nice. Honestly say I've never messed with a 261. Yeah, I'm in the middle of messing with a couple of them. All right, so this is the Ripsaw ported 500i. These are not the West Coast dogs. These are the Egan take on them. I like these better for this size saw because they're a little smaller, and I think they're perfect for it. This is my buddy's 500i, and I am donating my piston to him because I have a new one ordered, and I want to finish this build for him. And my piston does not look like that. And then the intake side of his piston, if I can get you in here. Looking like that. So I believe all of this was from dirt inhalation. His air filtration. I'm not gonna dig it out of there, it's kind of buried, but yeah, stock air filter. So I'm gonna set him up with a max flow air filter kit. It makes a huge difference. You notice a gain. You notice that the saw is performing better, but you also notice that nothing gets by it. It keeps your saw very clean. It's very worth it. Okay, yeah, this side again. What was the name? I want some gold-plated pistons on mine. Dude, you should get some gold-plated blades. More cowbell, too. What was the name? The name of what? I found your channel from Eddie. Eddie, little Eddie with top shelf. It'll buff out. No, it's pretty bad, man. It's not worth buffing out. Oh, the filter? Like, you know, it had the still filter on it, but Max Flow, the oiled air filter kit, is made by Max Flow. There's one here. Here's the one from the Ripsaw saw. I put Ripsaw stickers on it. But like this little part here will come out of your air box that came with the saw, and it attaches on here. And then you've got your oiled air filter, and it comes with this little plastic cage. So you oil it up, get it on there. That goes on the air horn, and this goes over that, clamps down, and that's the Max Flow air filter kit. It's awesome. Like I said, you'll notice a gain, and it also doesn't let any of the shit by. Little Eddie, yeah. Told you about my channel? Nice. Yeah, I'm trying to get the MS261 dialed in so I can build his saw for him. But I don't want to build his saw until I know exactly what I've done to mine and how I can do it for him. I do know that another dude that works there, all I did was drop his base gasket and raise his exhaust roof a hair, and his saw was whooping my saw's ass. And it sounded like a damn 500i. I was like, is Alex running his 261 or is that the 500i? And they're like, that's the 261. So, you know, sometimes just doing a little bit goes a long way. And the 261s that I have, I've gone a long way on them. And you know, they just, one of them, I don't even know if they're running right now. Like one of them, oh, dude, it like went there, and then like I heard it ringing through the air, and then it came down here and went there. I was like, okay, it's gonna be on the floor down here somewhere, but it was on my pants. No shit, dude. I just got so lucky. Wrong way. Oh man. I told myself to watch out for it on the last one. Apparently I need to say that every time. Somebody was telling me they had to like heat these up to get them out. I'm like, dude, I've never had an issue getting a wrist pin out. Maybe that's the way they used to make them or something like that, but as long as they're well lubricated, like, you shouldn't be having any issues. Alright, so I'm going to keep his wrist pin and piston together. Oh boy. Dude, yeah, his crankshaft, man. Look at the color on that. The dirt inhalation, the type of 2-cycle oil mix he's using. That's got some serious bluing on it. Some bluing and some purple. The lower crankshaft looks okay. Just right up there by the wrist pin. That piston, yeah, dude, it had to be dirt. It was the dirt going into it, and dirt on the intake side, and then causing friction on the exhaust side, and the heat between it on the wrist pin. I saved his saw like just in time.
Rocks are being thrown over the fence by
To the neighbors?
no, to the
The dog side?
yeah.
Quinn, don't be throwing rocks anywhere. They stay in the rock garden.
It's not from
And then there's dirt in the rock garden. Why is that? How are we gonna fix that, man? Oh, Mr. Destructo. They like to, oh yeah, they do like to go flying, dude. That one really went flying. I have this yeah, wish this little pot up here. Yeah. That little pot hanging up there. One of them landed in that one time. I was like, you did not. And I pulled it down, and sure as shit, it was in there. Time for better oil eddy. No, this is not eddy saw. But yeah, I mean, they're using, you know, whatever they pick up from Still. I use Echo Red Armor. This stuff here cleans and lubricates. I know a couple of very good mechanics, and I was talked into using that stuff. I mean, and I did my own research too, and so have other people, and eventually I got sold on it. Should probably clean you up a little bit, but in my hands, yeah, let me just get.
Get your car too.
What is that? Right, not there. Not there. Not there, but right there. Okay.
Alright, that was mine. No! Yep,
Only stuff I use. Yeah, Echo Red Armor. It's the shit, yeah. Works extremely well. And as a saw builder, you find out. Okay. I'm gonna use a little bit of it, putting the wrist pin together, so it's already all up in there and it goes together easier. Kids just got booted out of the yard. Exhaust roof. That way. That one's in there, so this is going this way. Okay, let's see. We're in there. Now I've got to get that little clip back in there, and then I'll probably hop off because I'll be moving around and doing parts cleaning. There. It'd be nice to have the proper tools set up for this, but I just use my little hand tools. No, get in there. Trying to get back out. And it's in. Nice. Hell yeah. Cases. Pretty clean. No, I was about to hop off though.
What are you doing? Come here.
Okay. Alright. Do you know what you're doing? Endless Mountain Outdoors, yes. I think so. I think I figured it out. But I gotta go. They're calling me inside, and I gotta do a lot of parts cleaning and get this wrapped up. I will talk to you guys later.